The 2K Sports pregame show, presented by Kia.
Hello, everybody. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Dr. Shaquille O'Neal. In this game, we'll see the Utah Jazz against the Miami Heat. For Miami, they lost their first matchup against these guys. This, their final game against them in the regular season, looking to finish with a split. One player who is certain to be a force tonight, Derek Favors. A tremendous presence inside and a great defender, Shaq. He still has room to grow, too.
Yeah, Ernie, but he's an old school player. Feels like he's been in the league forever, but he's really, really young. He definitely has not peaked.
Well, I agree with that. You know, he's great on the block, Ernie, but he has some versatility. He can step out. You know, defensively, he probably doesn't need any help when he's guarding a guy one-on-one. If he keeps polishing his games, he's going to be pretty good in the next few seasons.
And with that, the game just about to tip off, we send you to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. It's the Miami Heat facing Utah. And the news here, not good. Joe Johnson will not play. The injury going to keep him out.
Yeah, and it's going to be a few weeks until they can get him back, but not as bad as it could have been. In the end, given the way it looked, boy, I tell you, when they had to help him off, they'll probably consider that to be good news.
I guess I start to think about his absence and the impact on the team, because a lot of guys now are going to have to step up and make up for the loss of that production.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, Kevin, Heat coach Eric Spoelstra has worked his way up from the bottom, and he's still one of the most driven people you'll meet. He said, "I hate this quality, but I can go to dark levels when we lose. I'm inconsolable. Then I get this crazy, intense focus, desperate not to be embarrassed again. That dark spot is what I tap into. Creativity comes from there." Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. That effort permeates through the entire team. And Brent, two teams here who are very proud of their defense.
This is where you look at the coaches, Kevin, and you have to commend the fact that he's been able to convince all of the guys on his roster, not just the starting five, that however they're going to impact the game is going to start on the defensive end. Oh, and by the way, that's where your playing time is going to come from.
And that can get in the head of a scorer, can it?
That absolutely can, and if you can set the pace defensively, the offensive team knows it's in for a long night.
So the opening lineup for the Heat. Luke Babbitt is out there with Whiteside. Then there's Dion Waiters. Then there's Dragic. And it's Johnson in at the 3 spot. On defense, Miami. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
Yeah, major problems at the charity stripe in that game. They just could not convert their free throws.
When you're on the road, those are not points that you can afford to miss out on. Step up, knock down your free throws. They shot themselves in the foot with their struggles at the line.
So the Utah Jazz able to put the first points up on the board. Down low and stolen by Hood. And now Utah, fast break, pulls up. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Clearly a foul.
And Rodney Hood, talk about making a jump from year 1 to year 2. Greg, he improved in almost every facet of the game.
And Hood came into the league with a reputation as a dead-eye shooter, and that's the case from both long and mid-range off the bounce. What has surprised some people, though, is his advanced ball handling and his ability to find open teammates. A relatively quick study there. Still a ton of upside to Hood's game.
And the Heat making some trades last season to get underneath that luxury tax threshold. They reset the clock on the dreaded repeater tax, which absolutely hammers teams for being over the tax for consecutive years.
And so he makes both from the line. And Brent, as you look at how the Heat have moved to get under the cap, and Even with the tax ramifications, they brought in Joe Johnson. It's become a big consideration for teams.
Well, there's no doubt that the penalty with regards to the tax doubling up and sometimes tripling up what it is that franchises will pay for going over that luxury threshold is affecting the decision-making of the general managers around the league. But this huge boost in salary cap space, Kevin, that's going to raise some eyebrows as well.
Favors can't get it to go. On defense, the Jazz coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
And really the signature of that game was what they were able to do from a defensive standpoint, particularly on the low post.
Yeah, their block numbers in that one really stand out. They weren't giving up any easy buckets inside. It was quite a display of interior defense.
So it's the Jazz now after the Heat pick up 2. Over to the wing. 5 to shoot. Gobert dishes to Hayward. The baseline J, and it goes down 2 points.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
To the wing right side. They get a hand on it. Dragic with a screen for Whiteside. Here's Waiters. No good off the front iron. For Utah, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Hayward passes to Gobert. And a wide open look for Hood. Buries the long-range jumper. Hood's got 7 points.
And they can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
Hill against Dragic. Pass to Waiters. Back to Dragic. Gobert with the block. Hill against Dragic. It's stolen by Dragic. Now the dish to Waiters. It's the three-point bomb. Waiters got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, some of Waiters' most efficient numbers come when he's in catch-and-shoot opportunities.
Gobert the screen. Hill with it. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Just 5 on the clock. And Gobert kicks to Hayward. Off target from the wing. The Heat trail by 4. Down low. It's tipped. And stolen by Favors. Pushing it up. Here's Hill. That one's not going to go. And the Heat going the other way now. Last time they met was in Miami.
Yeah, they were just wrecked last time they faced this team, and a lot of it was their own undoing.
Yeah, those turnovers were inexcusable. So many of their possessions ended with them giving the ball away. It's one thing to make passes, but you need to pass to your own team, not the other one.
Here's Babbitt. He's covered by Favors. White block shot. Here's Whiteside, and it's slammed in by Whiteside.
As soon as Whiteside leaps for that offensive rebound, you just know he's going to finish off that play.
Hill kicks to Favors. It's back to Hill, and it's blocked by Whiteside. To the inside. Here's Johnson, and he hits it to tie the game up. Johnson's got his first basket.
Well, that's one of his best attributes, is his passes hit guys in stride.
Gobert the screen. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Hassan Whiteside. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. 3rd in rebounding, 6th in blocks, and not many players convert opportunities inside as well as he. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
The Heat have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Whiteside sets the pick for Waiters. Kicks it to Whiteside. Hill against Dragic. Lock at 6. Fires at the elbow. Utah with the rebound.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Well, you look at head coach Eric Spoelstra, the first word that comes to mind is meticulous. He started at the bottom, now he's here. He used to fetch laundry and walk the coach's dogs. Not doing that anymore. Now one of the most respected coaches in the league. To see how far he's come from the film room to the hardwood, you just have to credit remarkable work ethic.
And you remember when Eric Spoelstra was the young, unproven coach directing the Big Three, and Brent, believe it or not, he's now the longest tenured coach in the Eastern Conference.
You know, the amazing thing, Kevin, he's still got a good full head of hair. It's still that jet black hair. When is that going to turn gray? I guess if you win some championships and you have that kind of success, it's not going anywhere. And neither is Eric Spoelstra.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. And with the season in full swing, you can really start to see teams hitting their stride. Brent, how brutal is that 82-game regular season schedule?
Well, the league can do all they want with trying to eliminate back-to-backs in 4 games in 5 nights, Kevin, but guess what? 82 is 82. And so the marathon right now is in full swing.
Both free throws good from Dragic.
Well, Dragic is very good with the basketball, but it seems like he's even better after he gets pressured. He does not dribble.
You saw that. Straight power, homie. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely a resounding dunk. Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. And there's the pass to Johnson. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to go on Gordon Hayward.
And the Utah Jazz, with all their young talent, a team that's been on the cusp in the Western Conference, I mean, they felt they were ready to make a playoff push, and acquiring some quality veteran leaders with George Hill, Joe Johnson, and Boris Diaw, I think is just what the doctor ordered.
And the first one drops. And for the Jazz, Greg, do you like their moves this summer, adding all those veterans?
George Hill, I think, fits a need at the point guard, but can also play alongside Dante Exum. Boris Diaw, a skilled big man who fits well with Gobert and Derek Favors. And then Joe Johnson, a proven shooter and scorer in big-time possessions. So I think overall they did well.
The odd fact for the Heat, they have a lot of left-handed players on their roster, Brent, enough to field a complete lineup, in fact, of softballs. They did so last season.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome to watch, and I'm just not sure how it is the guys play backwards, Kevin, as a right-handed player.
Dragic kicks to Babbitt. A baseline J. Favors with the rebound. Utah trailing here. To the paint. And it's Hayward. That time on the assist by Hill. Hayward's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, got to feel good about the way you started this one, guys, as he is making almost everything out there and giving his team a good, solid boost.
I tell you what, Derek Favors has arrived. I mean, the 3rd overall pick back in the 2010 draft. Never a doubt about the ability and the talent, but I think it took him a while to get comfortable playing at this level. And then the last 2 seasons, it feels like he's just kind of put it all together. It oftentimes takes young guys coming into this league a little bit of time to develop their niche and their identity. But once they do, boy, watch out.
The Heat have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Johnson in the corner. 3-pointer. Miami no good on that time either. Utah has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And talking about the improvements made by Favors, he's really added something to his game, Greg, every single year.
Great point. I mean, he plays the pick and roll beautifully now, whether it's rolling to the basket on offense or using his mobility to deter the pick and roll at the other end. I mean, the versatility to man both front court spots is a huge plus when you're playing matchups. If he can just stay healthy, he has the potential to become a perennial all-star. Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. There's a good screen. Waiters dishes to Whiteside. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Hood. Got it. He's now 3 for 5 from the field.
And they're beginning to just flat-out fall apart defensively right now. especially on the interior.
Waiters passes to Johnson. Dishes it to Babbitt. 6 on the shot clock. The 9-footer's on the mark. Babbitt's got his first points of the game.
Boy, can he finish in the paint. That's one thing we know he's good at.
Now Hill. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Favors sets the pick for Hill. Three-pointer. Rebound by Johnson. Miami trailing. And here is Waiters. He's coming off a 16-point game against Denver. Outside Dragic. Tries it from 19. Misses off the left iron. The Jazz have gone 7 of 15 from the field at this point. Hayward. And Hayward is right there. Hayward's got 6.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
And the Heat call time here. Well, you were a pretty good passer in your day. When you look at the playmakers in the NBA, who do you like?
Love Ricky Rubio in Minnesota, the way that he sees the floor. I think he's fantastic in the open court and gives his guys a lot of great opportunities that normally they wouldn't see. Chris Paul in LA for the Clippers operates in the pick and roll better than anybody maybe we've seen in the game of basketball, maybe in its history.
Big statement.
With his mid-range game and the way that he sets up guys around him. Those are 2 of my favorites.
I like him. So Utah ends up going with the new group. The Heat trail by 3. Johnson outside. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Here's Exum. Here's Burks. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
He's certainly a threat to finish those opportunities with some style and flair, but the defense did a simply outstanding job preventing that from happening.
There's the pick. Exum kicks to Diaw. Here's Ingles. He's guarded by Johnson. 5 on the clock. Deep. That shot off. And Miami the other way now. Here's Magruder. Ingles with the rebound.
I don't know what happened there. That was an easy 2 points that he just threw away.
And Diaw kicks to Exum. Pass to Wiles. And it's Reed pulling it down.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Use that pick to get in close.
The pick definitely could have been better, didn't fully commit to it, but it was still just enough to get his teammate enough room to knock down the shot.
Now, here's Exum. He had 10 points in the win against Houston. And there's the feed to Diaw. Lyles passes to Burks. Here's Lyles. Goes up again, and Burks puts it in. Burks has got his second basket.
He fought for that second possession, then went right back up with it.
That'll be a 5-second call. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart.
And when you come into a game with the mindset of going right at the rim and not settling for outside shots, this is what your shot chart will look like. Every chance they've had to either attack the paint or play back to the basket, they've taken it, and it's been a complete success thus far.
Here's Ingles. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. He kicks to Burks. All alone. The offensive rebound. He can't hit that time. The Heat trail by 5. Johnson dishes to Richardson. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Exum kicks to Lyles to the inside. Diaw. Miami grabs the miss. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
And here's the fast break. Diaw leading the way. Exum passes to Diaw. Back to Exum. Takes the 3. No good that time. Miami's on 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. To the paint. Here's Richardson. Count the basket. Now just a 1-point Jazz lead.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Here's Exum. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Passes it to Lyles. With 2 seconds left. And he nails the buzzer beater.
And he beats the buzzer to end the quarter.
Like a guy delivering ice, a very cool customer there. He knew the clock was winding down, but hit it as though there was no other shot.
And Derek Favors known for his work ethic, and he talked about his focus on developing his skills.
Yeah, I just want to get better. I just want to keep improving as a player throughout the year, just get better, keep making strides, and keep getting better in every aspect of my game.
Well, the desire is there, and sounds like the commitment that he's showing is too. How far, Greg, you think he can go?
Well, you talk about desire and commitment, and then you throw in the fact that he has the talent that can be built upon and improved. One big factor will be injuries. That's the big X factor that determines so many more careers than desire. Talent and commitment, you need to stay on the court.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. What do you guys think about the Jazz here in this one?
It's been about the effort. Love the hustle they've shown here in the first.
Second chance points are wild cards. You never know when you're going to get them, and they always seem to affect the outcome of the game.
Exum and Burks, they're back. Isles out there with Boris Diaw, and it's Ingles in at the 3. That's the group for Utah getting going here in the second. Here's Richardson, and a slam dunk by Richardson.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Exum kicks to Diaw, and slammed in by Diaw.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. There's the screen. Johnson dishes to McRoberts. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Well, because he's lefty, you have to say crafty. That's kind of written in the books, Kevin. But Josh McRoberts is that. Plays with a lot of energy and a great role player his entire career, who gets out and sparks his teammates with his playmaking ability.
The Heat have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
And 72% on the year. I'm sure they'd like to improve that category.
And he knocks down the first one. And as for McRoberts, he is great in that energy off the bench roll, Brent. He leaves everything out there on the floor.
Well, sometimes his emotions can get him a bit behind the 8 ball during a game, but you take the good with the bad. Overall, he's a very, very good passer, a reluctant shooter, but definitely a guy you want to play with who'll set you up for a good look.
You know, Brent, every player is forced to figure out what they want to do when their career comes to a close. How did you choose to join us here in broadcasting, and how has that transition been for you?
Well, I'm a big video game player, Kevin, so here I am.
Good.
Thanks a lot.
And you're a good one.
I love to play, and now I got boys to do the same thing, so it's one big happy circle.
And plus, it's kind of like brushing up on the league, too, because there's so many stories and the way players play. A lot of things kind of develop in your mind, I'm sure, as you're watching play.
If I can be serious for a moment, Kevin, my dad was a broadcaster for quite some time, and I always felt like after my playing career, I might have an opportunity to do the same. And here I am, very fortunate to continue to talk about the game I love.
Berries are blessed with beautiful voices.
And that's alliteration.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. 3-pointer, Hayward. That shot, no good. And it's Miami the other way. This game is finished. They'll be off to Portland taking on the Trailblazers. That'll be the third game of this 3-game road trip. Stolen. And now the fast break Exum with the ball. Got a piece of it, and they get it back. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession. The Jazz making a switch here. Favors is checked in, and the Heat making a change here. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Hayward. Johnson with the block and the basket by Diop. Johnson with it. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. They set the pick. Whiteside sets the pick for Johnson. Shot off the screen and off the prior, and in it goes.
Well, once the ball gets to Whiteside that close to the basket, he knows what to do with it.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the 10th pick in the draft can sometimes be a diamond in the rough. You remember Paul Pierce went to the Celtics many years ago with the 10th pick, and Justice Winslow fell to the Heat with the 10th pick a couple of years ago. From day one, Winslow has proven to be on the elite side of defenders in the league. Eric Spoelstra told us he plays with a veteran poise, but also with a youthful intensity, particularly on the defensive end. Kevin, he's been a great fit in Miami.
He just makes winning plays, D.A. Thank you. And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played, they grab their own miss. Here's Diaw, and Whiteside sends it back.
When you consider just how long and how big Whiteside is down there, it's not surprising that shot blocking is something he does well.
Johnson the screen, and they take the lead. Johnson's got his first 2 points. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Diaw, the pass to Hayward. Diaw, the screen. Hayward kicks to Diaw. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. Whiteside's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Well, he's seen it before where he can light it up with the best in the league, but right now, he just does not have the touch.
All sorts of time. Here's McRoberts. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. These players have been dominant on the glass in their last 10 games, leading the NBA in rebounding. In the third spot, Hassan Whiteside.
When it comes to rebounding, it's been a stupendous stretch for him. He's been using his body and strength so effectively.
No good on the free throw.
Well, it's interesting to watch him because he's putting his body on the line to get to the line. We didn't see this during the first quarter, but he's making up for it here.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Diaw. Rodney Hood comes in for Burks, and it's Hill in for Exum. Waiters, he's checked in for Miami. Dragic comes in for Johnson, and he's good on the second.
And though the Jazz are, still developing that roster, they do have an identity. And the one area that's been constant for them is defense. Number 1 in the league a couple seasons ago, last year near the top as well. And so they're not going to be a fun team for you to play against if you have one of those high-octane offenses.
Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Dragic kicks to Waiters. Feeds it to Whiteside. He dishes it to Dragic. Clock at 4. And it's off from 3-point range. Here's Hill. A shot that time, not on target. Good work defensively by Whiteside. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And when you look back over the career of Dragic, and he's always been mindful to take smart shots, grant his offensive efficiency, reflects that, and it's rare to see him get bullied into a bad shot.
Well, Dragic has had a great field goal percentage for a scoring combo guard his whole career. But you can imagine, Kevin, how much pressure there is to join a team like the Miami Heat. That can affect some of your confidence. We'll see if Dragic can reestablish that here.
Free throw good, Dragic.
Well, when it comes to free throws, Dragic is just money from the line.
Luke Babbitt, he's checked in for Miami. And Goran Dragic drops them both. And team chemistry is so interesting to look at, Brent. You see some teams like the Warriors, players accept lesser roles. Andre Iguodala stands out, a Finals MVP 2 years ago. But in other teams, it's a problem. What creates, in your mind, that difference?
I think you have to understand who you are first and foremost. I know Greg Popovich all the time talks about guys checking their ego at the door and understanding how important it is for you to accept your role. And the quicker you do it, Kevin, the more you can accomplish in the season. Played many years in the NBA where a lot of guys did not understand what the coach was asking them to do until after the All-Star break. And after they accepted the role, the team would have this great run of wins.
Wonderful run.
But too late. If it was 2 months sooner, it would have been teams that would have participated in the postseason.
Coaches, GMs, they love the skill, but they also like the mind that goes with it and the framework with which they're going to play on that team.
It speaks to guys having maturity, Kevin, and that's sometimes hard to come by with how young the league is.
Back to Waiters. Outside Dragic. Second shot opportunity. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And for the Heat last season, they seemed to have a very defensive approach to how it is that they wanted to play. Challenged every shot, did well on their rotations, and they definitely limited their opponents' scoring by slowing down the pace of the game.
As you said, the Heat pride themselves on their defensiveness and one of the best teams in the league, Brent, in opposing points per game.
Well, it shows you just how great a unit they are defensively, but you can't just have athleticism and tenacity on the defensive end. You have to have great communication on the back line, and I think that that's where the credit to the coaching staff has to go. They've gotten these guys to talk to each other on that end of the floor, and that's reaping some huge dividends.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Utah leading. Outside Hood. Hill kicks to Favors. And it's Dion Waiters with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
He has to back off on defense just a little bit. His team cannot afford to have him on the bench at this point in the game due to foul trouble.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz.
Yeah, it's got to be concerned with all the missed shots here, and every team goes through cold streaks. You just got to figure out a way to stay productive.
You just don't want to get to a point where you're forcing too much, not just letting the opportunities come within the flow of your offense.
And let's take a look at the playmaking here. This chart with the assist totals split between the front court and the back court tonight for the Heat.
And their guards have been the ones to really set the tone here tonight with their ability to create shots. You talk about the big fellas. They love to play with guards who try to keep them involved offensively.
Hill dishes to Gobert, and the basket is good. Gobert's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Dragic kicks to Waiters. He feeds it to Whiteside. From 18 feet away, again the miss by the Heat.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
And good defenders know it's about angles, got great position, and really bothered the release point.
Hill against Dragic. Pass to Waiters. Takes the 13-footer, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got 3 assists tonight. Outside Favors. There's the dish to Gobert. Hill kicks to Hayward. And again, it's Utah.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
The Heat trail by 3. Now here's Waiters. He has 5. Outside Dragic. Right side a screen. Dragic the pass to Whiteside. And no good. 18 that time from Hood. Another shot. And he sinks the layup. And now a 5-point Jazz lead.
Well, he is a huge reason why they have this lead.
Dragic dishes to Babbitt. Whiteside kicks to Waiters. And Dragic has it in the corner. Johnson the screen. Dragic the pass to Johnson. Hayward with some nice D. Utah leading by 5. Hood for 3. And Utah another 3.
And he's on a good pace here from three-point range. Made 1 in the first, 2 more here in the second. It seems like with more to come.
Right side a screen. Dragic dishes to Johnson. Shot to stop the run. No good from Dragic.
This has been a night where you can look at his shooting and his performance, and it's affected the team. That's the bottom line.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And Waiters kicks to Johnson. Looking for Waiters and gets it there. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson. And it's 7 points for Dion Waiters.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
Gobert the screen. Favors inside. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Houston.
And he also positioned himself perfectly to grab all those rebounds, guys. Can't forget about the fundamentals.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And looking at the Jazz roster, they're a well-balanced group. You see scorers, Greg, playmakers, rebounders, shot blockers, plenty of quality depth.
And they've done a great job of drafting. Many of the main pieces of the puzzle seem to be in place. The next step for me is, will one of these young core players emerge as a superstar?
And the first one at the line is good.
The team just cannot get into a groove from the free throw line. It's a common problem for them.
Trey Lyles checked in for the Jazz. Joe Ingles comes in for Gordon Hayward. And both free throws good for Babbitt. Well, you look at the Miami Heat, and there's a lot of experience on that roster. But you know, Brent, even the role players who have been in this league for a while, well, they've carved out nice roles for the team as well.
And you can never underestimate what it's like to have experience in the NBA, not only in dealing with training camp and a new coach, but the length of a season, and then potentially, if those things all come together, a nice long playoff run. They play a very controlled style, and Eric Spoelstra has the team pointed in the right direction. Great to see young players like Winslow getting some early important minutes for his career.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. The Heat trail by 6. 1:30 left in the first half. Waiters passes to Dragic. Excellent D there from Hill.
That set had everything but the finish. You know, even though they missed that shot, they know they will convert that more times than not.
Jazz passing it around. Ingles kicks to Lyles. And the pass to Hood. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Lyles. Offensive rebound. Gobert. And the Stifle Tower, the French rejection, whichever name you want to give for Rudy Gobert, it probably speaks to his tremendous rim protection abilities, great.
Man, a few years back at the Combine, his wingspan measured at a record 7 feet, 8.5 inches. Clearly one of the league's premier shot blockers. Very difficult to shoot a high percentage against him. And at the offensive end, he's become an excellent rebounder and finisher in traffic.
For the Jazz, Alec Burks comes in for Hood, and it's Dante Exum in for Hill. Then for the Heat, Richardson, he's checked in for Dion Waiters, and it's Johnson in for Goran Dragic.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
There's the pick. Pass to Magruder with the floater. That doesn't fall either. He's missed his first 2 shots tonight. Here's Ingles. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Burks on the wing. Richardson covering. Beyond the arc. But they'll get another chance.
And that's a good job of just getting after it on the backboard. Gets them another possession and allows them to run even more clock.
And here's Exum. Looking for Gobert. He gets it there. Passes to Lyles. Here's Exum. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. That'll do it for the first half. Jazz out in front, leading by 7. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Joined by Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, your team is competing at a very high level. What do you think that's happening?
Well, we're trying to defend, and we've been a little bit fortunate too. They missed some shots, but more than anything, we just want to try to guard and make it harder.
Got to make them feel you. Thanks, Quinn. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
First half in the books. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome back as we break down all the action. There was no stopping Rodney Hood in the first half. He ended up with 17 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 steal. And Shaq, what did you think about what we saw from Utah?
They did an awesome-orific job. That's right, Ernie. Awesome-orific. That's awesome and terrific together. Anyway, they did an awesome-orific job of limiting turnovers. They were almost mistake-free. It puts you in the right frame of mind when you can play like that. And as long as they keep protecting the ball in the next 2 quarters, they will protect the lead.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Miami?
Well, the way I see it, they're losing this game because they're being out-rebounded. You can't give up this kind of differential and expect to remain competitive. So what do? You commit more guys to the glass, guards included. You make it a priority that if you do ultimately lose this game, it's not because you didn't rebound.
And that'll do it as the second half is just about ready to begin. Back to Kevin Harlan. We will see you after the game. Hey, watch yourself.
Celebrating. We're the best.
Welcome back, everyone, to Salt Lake City, Utah. That's the state capital right here in Utah. Really a sight to see when you get that kind of perspective from above. Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. Without question, Rodney Hood displaying his skills today.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
Well, none of the defenders can stay with him in one-on-one situations. Even the team defense breaks down if he's in attack mode.
And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. They've got Whiteside. Dragic is out there with Dion Waiters. Then it's Luke Babbitt, and it's Johnson in at the small forward. Hayward dishes to Hill. And that one hits back iron. The Heat trail by 7. Dragic kicks to Waiters. Out to the wing. Babbitt passes to Waiters. Rebound, Utah. Here's Hayward. Johnson with the block. And they're able to recover.
Yeah, they just cannot seem to throw it in the ocean right now. 0 of 3 from the field is not what they wanted.
Gobert with the block.
And so far, he has not had his usual effort in this one, and it's really hurting the team.
Hood dishes to Hill. Gobert with a screen on Dragic. Shot clock at 6. Gobert the screen. The 3 from Hill. Again missing. Hill.
He has got a lot of confidence in his game. You have to if you think you can knock one down from there.
Yeah, and let's not get on him too much, but that shot is also a little irresponsible.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Dragic.
And let's take a moment here to see some of the numbers for Gobert. 2nd in field goal percentage, 3rd in blocks. And he's an elite glass eater, a factor inside among the top 10 in rebounds per game.
Derek Favors checked in for Utah. First minute and a half of basketball here in the 3rd quarter. And here we go with Waiters running it up the court. And the jam by Whiteside.
Well, sending out the memo to the team, get Whiteside the rock. Everything he's touching right now is going in.
Hill kicks to Hood. It's back to Hill.
Come on, box him out, man.
Gobert the screen. Just 5 to shoot. That's a 2 from Hood. That one a little long.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, guys, the Utah Jazz is one of the up-and-coming teams in the West, and it was a system-wide commitment to young players. The younger teams tend to struggle, but head coach Quinn Snyder said he's committed to letting his players learn through their mistakes. He said it may be painful at times, but that's how we get better. In a lot of things, the only way to learn is through experience.
They're catching on quickly. Thanks, D.A. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Kicks it to Favors. Hood against Waiters. 6 on the shot clock. There's the 3. And it's Hood again missing. The Heat trail by 5. Here's Babbitt. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
Yeah, it looks like he got to that shot just after it reached its apex. Those can be tough ones to gauge.
This is his 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Utah has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Hill kicks to Favors. And stolen by Whiteside. Here's Johnson with a tie. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Jazz have gone a paltry 0 of 6 to begin the 3rd quarter. What a terrible start to the half. And it's Hood again missing. The Heat have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the 3rd. That leaves room for improvements here. That evens the score. 9 points for Dion Waiters.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Hill passes to Favors. Gobert the screen. It's back to Hill. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And George Hill, really, for me, an interesting case study, if you will. Always an unselfish player, always been careful in terms of shot selection and smart on the floor. But with Paul George missing time 2 seasons ago, Hill really stepped up his role and didn't miss a beat. I think he can do even more offensively. He's one of those guys that I think doesn't really realize just how good he is. Maybe he does this season.
And for Hill, even as his shots per game have increased, his percentages have only gotten better. Last season, Greg, a career high in three-point percentage.
Yeah, and that spread out offense really has helped. A lot of open looks for everybody. You've got to give him credit, though. He fit in well for this team.
They come away with the lead, but I'm sure he's kicking himself over that last miss.
Right side, good.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Utah trailing here. Now here is Hill. Dishes it to Favors. Favors sets the pick for Hayward. Back to Favors. Clock at 6. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
72% at the line this season. He has yet to set himself apart in that department.
And that one falls for Favors. And so Favors nails both of them. For Miami, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Waiters with the ball. He's got 9. Down low. Johnson dishes to Whiteside. The feed to McRoberts. And a chance now to review the shot chart.
Well, they're going to have to look elsewhere for points because he has pulled a Houdini and completely disappeared from the offense in this one. Just no production from him, and nothing seems to be in rhythm for him right now. It's just not his night.
And this is his 3rd trip to the line tonight.
And high-quality numbers for him all season long. How about 81 from the line?
The first free throw is good. So he gets them both. Utah has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Now Hill. Outside Hood. It's back to Hill. Feeds it to Hood. 6 on the shot clock. Off the screen. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
Johnson with it. He's picked up by Hill. Here's McRoberts. Miami no good on that time either.
He can't ask for a better look than that. He just has to knock that one down, plain and simple.
Goes back up. And it's Favors laying it in. Favors got 4 points in the quarter. As we approach the 4th quarter, still anyone's ballgame.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Gobert against Whiteside. And Waiters kicks to Johnson. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to go on Gordon Hayward. He's off on the first. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Trey Lyles checked in for Rudy Gobert. Joe Ingles comes in for Gordon Hayward. Burks, he's checked in for Hood. And it's Exum in for George Hill. And then for Miami, Billy Reed, he's checked in for Whiteside. Josh Richardson comes in for Dion Waiters. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Goran Dragic. And he's good on the second.
He was able to tie it up, but he has to be disappointed that he could not give his team the lead.
Exum passes to Lyles. Miami grabs the miss.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
All instinctual because he knows where he needs to go and then force the opponent to do something about it.
And there's Richardson. That's good on the assist by McRoberts. Richardson's got 8.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Richardson against Burks. Shot from the top of the key and out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. Well, some very valuable players right here. Big men who can create turnovers for their teammates inside. These are the power forwards and centers with the most assists in the past month. Derek Favors is second, and of course Hassan Whiteside.
It takes a tremendous feel for the game to be able to make the passes these big guys are capable of making out of the low post.
Well, an offense that's unpredictable can be tough to guard. The ball doesn't go into the low post and never come out. It keeps moving thanks to their passing ability and playing unselfish basketball.
They set the pick. Here's Exum, pass to Lyles. Burks on the wing. The leaner. Rebound by Johnson.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
This is one of those slumps that you'll just probably want to shoot your way out of.
Johnson the screen. Burks against Richardson. Back to Reed. Derek Favors with the rebound. Favors has got 6 rebounds in the game. And Miami called for the foul. Boris Diaz checked in for Derek Favors. Miami on defense. Exum. They get it again. Burks. Misses off the left iron. Miami leading by 5. Inside. It's picked off. Exum dishes to Diaw. That one good for 2. Diaw's got 6.
Well, a unique skill set, a very unique body type, and that's complementary. Diaw can be a matchup problem inside.
Johnson outside. He kicks it to Richardson. Slammed in by Richardson.
Sublime stuff, guys. Absolutely sublime.
Agreed. He's going to start putting on a show now. That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Diaw with a wide open look. And that comes off the assist by Exum. Exum's got 5 assists in the game. And here's Richardson. He's got 13. On the wing, Johnson. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. And there's the foul. It's on Josh McRoberts. That's his first foul. Utah has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Now, here's Exum. The pass to Lyles. For the tie. He shoots again, and it's blocked. And he's able to get it back. And it's all evened up. Lyles got his second basket of the game.
Just a great attack mentality. Got right through the defense to finish strong inside.
They set the screen. Johnson kicks to McRoberts. And oh, here we go. Burks got it. A fast break chance. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Johnson, the pass to Richardson. Heat moving the ball around. In transition, here come the Jazz. Exum leading the charge.
Too ambitious of him there, guys. He tried to be a one-man wrecking ball instead of looking to kick the ball out for the better shot opportunity.
He dishes it to Diaw, and it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. We take a look at the Warriors. They hold the first place spot in the conference just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And checking out Utah. Right on their tail, vying to move up and take over if they get the chance.
And I think for the Jazz, of all the storylines this young season, their success may be the most surprising. This was not a team that was expected to make this much of a splash.
There were some glimmers they'd be an improved team this season, but even so, I thought that improvement would come in small steps. Instead, one giant step for mankind. Lots of giant leaps forward for the ball club.
It's good.
Nice unselfish dish there, right where his teammate could do something with it.
And the Heat call time here.
Yeah, you can't make any excuses right now for them giving the ball up as much as they have in this one. Hopefully they can get on the same page during this timeout. The Boris Diaw, probably the most pass-oriented big in the NBA. So back when he played in Charlotte, Kevin, the new coach asked him if he wanted to be an all-star, and Diaw's response, not really.
The Heat making a switch here. Babbitt's checked in. For Miami, they've gone 7 for 16 the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. And there's the foul. It's on Trey Lyles. That's his first foul. .143 left here in the third quarter. To the middle. Here's Magruder. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. On the free throw, no good. Utah has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And the basket by Diaw. Diaw's got 11 points.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Johnson kicks to Babbitt. There's a good screen. Here's Richardson. It's hauled in by Diaw.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, you want your guys to attack with confidence, but that's just a bad look.
Soft touch off the glass. Now it's a 4-point Jazz lead.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Johnson against Burks. He tries for 3. The rebound by the Jazz. Lyles got his 3rd rebound tonight. Moving it up. A pull-up. Diaw can't hit.
Man, just imagine how much they'd be up by, guys, if his shot was going in.
And he's clearly been the best rebounder on the floor today.
His rebound total now in the double digits. Been an animal all night long.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. There's a screen. It's Richardson on the wing. Burks covering. Here's Johnson. And yes, it's good. Johnson's got his second bucket.
Well, the pick didn't exactly neutralize the defender, but good concentration on the finish to still get the basket.
Lyles, that's tipped. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Jazz lead by 4. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Coach Quinn Snyder.
Everybody keep shooting the ball. All right? Jumpers will go. All right? They come in flurries. You miss a couple, you make a couple, all of a sudden, bam, bam.
Wanting to keep it fast and loose, Quinn Snyder asking his guys to stay aggressive on offense.
And you have to take the shots that the system is designed to create. If you don't, everybody gets bogged down, and that creates much bigger problems.
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. Hill pairs up with Hood in the backcourt. Favors is out there with Boris Diaw, and it's Ingles in at the small forward position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. Out left to the wing. Here's Magruder. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Utah leading. Hill with Favors with the screen. Hill dishes to Diaw. Here's Favors. That one falls.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Now here's Waiters. He feeds it to Dragic. Just 5 to shoot. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, Boris Diaw's skills really fit today's NBA. He's like a point guard from the power forward position. You can run your offense through him both at the top of the key and, of course, out of the post as he backs down defenders. He occasionally can score from down there as well. So much versatility from the power forward position.
And that one falls for Dragic. And for Diaw, you mentioned his post-up ability, Brent. Underrated strength. He can bang in the block both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, sometimes it's interesting. The lineups they have put him at the 5 spot, and he's not really a rim protector, but he moves well enough in that limited space to hold his ground. And the positives, dare I say, outweigh the negatives.
Agreed. Jazz leading by 3. In the corner, it's Hayward. They grab their own miss. And it's blocked by Whiteside. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Babbitt's shot is off. Here's Hood. Here's the pass to Hayward. Hayward missing again. The Heat trail by 3. Dragic with it. He's picked up by Hill. Count that one. Oh, no, he may have gotten injured right there. He's in a lot of pain.
Yeah, and when you see a player have to come out of the game like this, you just have to hope for the best.
Yeah, you never like to see anything like this happen for a player. Everything that you've worked for now up in smoke.
And the Jazz making a change here. Burks is checked in. James Johnson's checked in for Miami. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. The dish to Hill. Gobert, the screen. Shot from the wing. That shot off. The Heat go the other way with it.
Yeah, I know the shot's been off just a smidge tonight, but he's contributed in other ways to help his team have the lead in this game so far.
Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for a win.
Burks on the wing. Down low. Second shot opportunity. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Here's Waiters. Johnson kicks to Whiteside. Here's the screen. Pass to Dragic. Shot clock at 6. Buries it from 3-point range. Dragic has got 6 points in the quarter.
Really nice to see Dragic explore that aspect of his game. The catch and shoot J is simply deadly.
Knocks it loose. And Waiters kicks to Dragic. Here's Babbitt. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, easy call.
First one falls for him. And both free throws good for Babbitt. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And here's Burks. Passes it to Hill. Shot clock at 5. Hood for 3. Good. The assist goes to Hill. And that's now 20 points for Rodney Hood.
Is it possible his sweet touch is getting sweeter, guys?
Outside Dragic. Kicks it to Babbitt. The 10-footer. And it comes off the front of the rim. Jazz trail by 3. This is to Burks. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Here's Dragic. To the inside. Babbitt passes to Dragic. The 10-footer. And he overshot that one, missing.
Frozen. Guy is just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
And Favors kicks to Hill. The feed to Gobert. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hill.
Not exactly sure what was happening there inside the heads of the players, but very frustrated they couldn't capitalize on the opportunity.
Now here's Waiters. Right side a screen. And Waiters kicks to Babbitt. And stolen by Favors. Outside Dragic. 13 feet away. Waiters no luck.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
All instinctual because he knows where he needs to go and then force the opponent to do something about it.
That free throw, no good. And he sinks the second.
Only down 2 now, but that miss might come back to haunt you. If they don't get a stop, it's back to a 2-possession game.
Feeds to Whiteside. There's a screen. And it's Waiters atop the key. To the middle. Here's Johnson. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And the Heat lead by 4.
Solid look inside. That's the range you want to operate from.
Gobert, the screen. Outside Favors. Pass to Hood. Takes a 3. Another miss by Utah. Miami leading by 4. Here's Johnson. Utah with the rebound. Burks has got his 4th rebound in this one. There's the call on James Johnson. That's his first foul. Joe Ingles, who's checked in for Utah. Utah has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Nice shot by Gobert. Waiters with the ball. They set the pick. He kicks to Dragic. Here's Babbitt. He's covered by Favors. Shot clock at 3. And it's Johnson with the jam.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Especially in a game that is this close, every possession counting. That was just one side wanting it more than the other.
Time now for an injury report. Now an update on Gordon Hayward from David Aldridge. David, what'd you find out?
Hey guys, Utah's head athletic trainer gave me an update. Unfortunately, it sounds like a very serious injury. Of course, the schedule is getting extremely demanding at this time of the season. And that injury is only going to make things worse. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Hopefully, we'll see him very soon. Here's Johnson. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
You love to see the resolve from an offensive player after a disappointing first half. He's been terrific here in the second.
One shot, gentlemen.
That one, this is for Johnson. Jazz trail by 4. Ingles kicks to Gobert. And he makes that one. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 13 rebounds.
Really led his teammate there. Never once did he have to break his stride or momentum.
Now Dragic. Now the pass to Waiters. A step-back shot here. And it's good off the back rim and in.
Some people feel Waiters takes too many contested jumpers, and that lowers his field goal percentage, but he nails that one.
Outside Favors. He dishes it to Ingles. Expanding his range. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Ingles has got 5 points now in the quarter.
A tough matchup for the smaller defender there. Just shot right over the top without thinking twice.
Gobert with the block. Now here's Hill, the fast break opportunity. Johnson with the block. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Dragic is running. Can't connect from short range. And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That's foul number 2 for him. Exum, he's checked in for George Hill. Heat also with the sub. Richardson, he's checked in for Waiters. Utah has gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Exum dishes to Favors. Here's Ingles. Favors with a screen on Johnson. Off the pick.
Okay.
That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 12 rebounds. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
Okay, time now for an injury report. Now an update on Gordon Hayward from David Aldridge. David, what'd you find out?
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer of the Jazz gave us some information. After taking a look, he informed me that it doesn't look too bad. They're going to hold him out for the rest of the game, and though they don't think he'll be out long, they haven't ruled out the chance that he could miss additional games as well. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Boy, you always hate to see anyone ever deal with any sort of injury.
And almost for every player, it's inevitable. I mean, injuries are going to happen no matter how well you take care of yourself.
Well, for how hard he competes in the game, you know he's going to do just the same when it comes to rehab. He may recover faster than most because of it.
Richardson, good.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
But we're talking about a player who's going to take advantage of everything that he gives him, especially at this critical stage of the game.
They get that one, but guys, on the night, that's been the problem, securing the ball.
First free throw is good, and Utah making a change here. Hill's checked in. And he can't hit the second. Utah has gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Good, can't get it to go.
Shocking he blew that opportunity, guys. 9 times out of 10, that is an easy make.
And it's blocked. And here's Hill for 3. No good, shot missing. And it's Miami the other way. Dragic kicks to Babbitt. That shot is off. Gobert with the defensive effort. It's stolen by Dragic. Here's Richardson. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
2 shots. 2.
First, and that ties the game up. is good on both free throws, and that gives them the lead.
Yeah, critical that he's able to convert there. Now they've taken the lead.
Favors with the screen. Outside Hood. Shot off the pick. And it's Hassan Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Dragic kicks to Richardson. Inside. Whiteside, no good. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
It's a tight one. Neither team really able to create any separation.
Here's Dragic. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Dragic has got 8 points here in this quarter.
And that's why Goran Dragic is considered elite in this league, by making huge shots like that.
Favors with the screen. Hood, the pass to hit. Lets it go from deep. Good on the three-point shot.
And since the start of the fourth quarter, that three-point shot has just been there.
Well, they're doing a great job of working around the arc, locating the right shooter. That deep ball is a serious weapon right now.
And the Jazz pushing it up now. Here's Hood. And Favors kicks to Hood. The Jazz working the ball around now. Here's Richardson. Count! And the Jazz call time here. Let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Quinn Snyder said to his team. This is still a close game, and he told his guys, we're not far away. We can still get this one. If we seize the moment, we can walk away with the win.
Okay, David, thanks. Hood dishes to exit. Gobert with a screen on Johnson.
Oh, that's the shot of the game.
You want to talk about clutch?
Now a timeout called by Miami. They trail by 2. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
You know what? You can go for the 3 to win or the 2 to tie. What's your choice in a situation like this?
I really like when you run plays that have options, get to either one, and take the best shot available.
Hood against Richardson. He feeds it to Dragic. Back to Richardson. Lets it go from deep. Buries the triple.
With time in this one running out, Goran Dragic shows some guts, taking and making a shot.
Utah calls timeout. They're losing by 1. Just 4 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Hood for 3. And so the big win by Miami in a tight game. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Goran, congrats on the win tonight. Bench really came through tonight. What all has to happen for this team to really be clicking?
I mean, everybody's playing hard, you know, even the guys from the bench. You know, we need everybody, even including the bench. Everybody have to be focused, play hard, and especially in defense.
True team effort, got it done tonight. Thanks, Goran. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. And now time to send it over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, seen here. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Hassan Whiteside.
When you talk about Whiteside, you're talking about a guy capable of putting up 20 every single night. We've seen him do that more than a few times, and he's going to keep doing it. His rebounding is fantastic. He's always around the ball, and his timing is outstanding. This guy has great shot blocking instincts.
He shot efficiently tonight. I mean, wow. Like, some nights when you shoot 50%, guys are jumping around the locker room excited. But 60%, to shoot at that level is remarkable.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Kenny Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, for Kevin Harlan, and for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. I hope you have a wonderful, even beyond wonderful, a spectacular, just great. I mean, see you.
Good night.